What's up, everybody? This is the Jack of All Hustles channel, and I'm Randall. One of the things I'm going to be doing is talking about a thing called stock options, and that's one of the things I used my stimulus check for, is to check that out and everything. One of the reasons why I did that was because about like 8 years ago, 8 or 9, I was like doing security, and my man Ephraim, he just came up to me and he was just like, "Yo, Randall, you got a gift." I was like, "What you mean? What you mean about a gift? I don't know what you're talking about." And he was like, "You got a gift to calm people down. You got like a silver tongue." And he mentioned like how one of the workers, he don't listen to nobody, but anytime I tell him to do something, he said, "Well, if Randall said it, I'm good with it." And so I was always like, "All right, cool, cool, cool. All right." And then he said, "You good with numbers?" And because he saw me do a trick where somebody actually let me do it. I don't know why. They had pulled out their credit card, and I said, "Yo, I bet you I can memorize all the numbers on your credit card." So they did it. I did it. Told them the expiration date, and when they was putting the card back in to their wallet, I had told them the security code number, the 3 digits, and like they was like, "What? How can you memorize all that?" I was like, "I get bored sometimes. I used to sit there and play with cards and try to memorize every single card in the deck." And obviously, people said go to the casino after that. That's the most logic choice when you tell somebody you can do something like that. But he had me go over stocks, and at that time, I knew a little bit about them. I always wanted to do it and everything. So I was like, all right, let me go check this out. And he starts teaching me little things and like how you don't need as much money when you're doing options and puts and stuff. I was like, okay, let me write this down. And then he literally trusted me with his stocks. He was like, yo, I got money on this. He was like, let's see what you can do with it. And he tested me. He then told me if I make him enough money, then I can go back and then he can go back and get me some breakfast. In fact, he said I'll bring breakfast for everybody. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and try to figure this out and get this money, right? Even though it wasn't my money, I was a little scared though because it's his money. I'm like, yo, I don't want to lose his money like that. He worked hard for that. But he let me get in through. He showed me some different tricks to pay attention to. So I started doing that. And then towards like about 11, he was like, "Yeah, it's going down, right?" He was like, "Should I sell or should I keep it?" I looked at him. I said, "No, you should keep it." I was like, because it's about lunchtime. Nobody want to really work during lunchtime. I mean, we don't want to really work at during lunchtime. We'd be like, "Yo," as soon as that hour towards lunchtime come, we'd be looking at the clock like, "Come on, hurry up, lunchtime. I'm just trying to eat, relax, get off my feet, whatever." And so once he did that, he said that it shot up. So by the time of close, he had made an additional $800. I was like, well, if he made an additional eight, how much did he make altogether? He told me like 1,400 or something like that. And I'm sitting up there like, what? Here I am working all the time, 1,400. That's more than I make in a week. So I was like, I just made him 1,400. He come in the next morning. He bring breakfast for everybody. He had me do this for him, I think, 2 or 3 more times before we left that exact area where everybody was at. But each time I made him additional 600, and he would bring us food all the time. And I thought about it, and I said, in the back of my mind, I'm gonna keep it. But you get lost, life and everything, things happen, ups and downs. You forget about that because you're so busy about I gotta get to work. I gotta make sure I go to work. If you lose a job, you stuck in that race. You always stuck in that race. Like if I lose a job, I gotta go get a job. Nothing. It doesn't quite hit you as well as say, oh, let me go try something different. Maybe at that time, entrepreneurship wasn't. It was just starting to get big. I mean, it was already big, but it was just something like that was becoming new to me. But I always had like that mindset, even since like sixth grade. I was like selling uh, blow pops and pixie sticks and everything, and I was really making more money than I even made at my first job. And then they stopped all that. Obviously, they was like, it's kind of like gambling. I'm like, why is it gambling? But when you go through school, you don't pay attention to that stuff. Especially when I realized fundraisers was the exact same thing I was doing, except for I was just making other people money, and they considered that legal and not against school rules. Funny how that works, but what I did was take some of my stimulus check and actually enroll into a course. And I've been following this for a while. And I said, let me go invest in this course rather than go try to pay all these. I mean, I already paid my bills and everything. I actually do DoorDash on the side. I have like a condition where it's MS basically. And for me, I get tired really, really fast. Some people are perfectly okay on doing their job. Other people had to stop and completely, like they can't even do it. Like for me, my left leg sometimes gives out a lot. I get fatigued, especially like picking up things like just water bottles, and I'm trying to pick it up. I got a hill, so once I get up the hill, I can be tired after the second one and getting ready to go to sleep because that's how much energy I drain. So I had to readjust to figure out things I can do. And so DoorDash was one of the things I could do because I needed to pay bills. And I thought to myself, well, if I can pay my own bills and I'm not going to be behind, then I can use my stimulus check to help grow me and still pay my bills. And see, that's when I saw exactly when it was going to happen, I said, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put this all out so everybody else can know what I'm doing, see what's going on, or like if you need help with some like side hustles or side gigs. I actually ran into his name is Stan Banks. I ran into him like two years ago. Now I'm looking at him. I'm like, yo, the man's doing big. That's good. He does T-shirts. I think he goes by the name of Tshirt Side Hustle on Instagram and YouTube. I follow like a lot of JT Hustle stuff, and that's not where I got my name from because my name was already there. It was just like Randall. You're always a jack of all trades because I used to just be like, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn it if I don't know it type of person. And now things have slowed down a little bit. I can't do quite as much as so I have to figure out new ways to do things. So I want other people to understand and learn different side hustles that you might want to be able to do or you don't think you can do, but you can do because once one person can do it, you can do it. And that's how I look at it. So the course I'm taking is it's by CJ, which is I think it's Chris Jackson, and he goes by CJ130 on Instagram. I don't know if he has a YouTube. He probably does, but usually you can find it on JT Hustle's channel on YouTube. But I'm gonna take that. It's a little bit more expensive, but I learned even though I use my stimulus check, I don't look at that as free because man, $500 can pay a lot of bills. I know some of y'all like $500. I ain't got that. Yeah, that's how I was thinking. That's why I was getting ready for this. That's why I took DoorDash. I said, I'm gonna do as much as possible I can, pay off all my bills. That way, this money, $500 of the initial stimulus, isn't that much of a burden, and I can use some of that to invest while I continue to work. And that's what I'm going to do. And I want other people to know about these things because I'm starting to learn about so much. I didn't know about the credit card. I was always thought like, you don't get credit cards like that. But now, when you trying to get something or you're trying to get in the car or something like that, and you ain't got no credit, man, listen, they don't care. They'll put that thing high. I mean, I got in trouble like years ago, so my credit went up. I mean, it went up a little bit, but still, when I got my car, I've had it for like five years now. But when I got my car, I'm sitting up there like 17.2% interest. Like, you don't know how much that hurt. Even though I was working, I was making money like a boss at that time. But at that time, I was sitting up there like, that's too much. And so I got into a credit union, and credit union was like 3.4. It's still a lot. I mean, I'm still paying about that much now. I think I paid 277, almost done now. Should be like this year. But still 277 when if you had good credit, all of a sudden you only got to pay like maybe $100, 150 maybe. That's a big difference. So like I want people to get their credit right. So I'll do whatever I have to learn it, and I'll teach y'all. I'll bring y'all with me. That's how it is. Like that's what I'm about. Man, phone going off during it. Man. All right, I told people to leave me alone. Don't call me. But yeah, like that's a lot of money when you end up with some bad credit. But lately I've been boosting my credit, so I'm like, yo, I gotta do this. I got a card. It automatically, it happened on accident. A friend needed help. I was like, all right, let's go see if I can get this with their dog. I was like, yo, let me see if I can go get what is that card called? I forget what it's called, but you know, a vet card. I think they got health cards, care credit. That's it, care credit. So I got that. I got like 500 thing on there. I was like, okay, whatever. It started boosting up my credit. I was like, hold up, let me get up in there. But like I want people to know stuff like that. Because not everybody does, because people will have some type of notion or how they grew up, they might not even know that. They might even not know these are options. And one of the things I found out is if you know something and you might think like it's not worth anything, but if you know more than the person over here, you know, then they got they got something to listen to, because they might not even have known, they might not even know the topic exists. And so that's one of the things, like I'm gonna try to figure out different side hustles people can do as I go and do certain things, and I continue to learn. So the course was stock options. I think it's 101 with CJ. And his website, I think, is iwantknowledge.com. And I took it. I paid for it. I was like, I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning because I remember my bank opens early, and I was like, yo, hold on, my bank opened early today. Let me check. It was in there, so I was like, boom. Didn't even worry about it. Most people would be like, oh man, but I made sure I do my DoorDash to make sure I can pay my bills so that I don't have to worry about it. That freedom is something that is so good. Like, and I don't know how much more I can get, but if I can get it, I will teach it. That's how I am. All right, well, hope y'all have a blessed day. Good day. Peace, y'all.